KTT Talks by Paula and Ricardo ALC. Let's talk about Kizomba.
Welcome everybody, my name is Ricardo.
My name is Paula.
We are here every Monday and Wednesday with this podcast that we call KTT Talks Podcast. KTT, for those that don't know, means Kizomba Teachers Training. That is a program that we create since 2013, and since that time more than 500 people already attend this program from all over the world, where we share a step-by-step, effective and proven to teach how to dance Kizomba. And today we have here an amazing dancer, a well-known performer and dancer from our Kizomba community, our dear friend Albir. Usually on this podcast we invite students from the KTT, but also some dear friends that make part of this community that didn't attend the training, but we have already a relationship for many years. So this time, please, everybody, a big round of applause to Mr. Albir Rojas. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, my mom is clapping like, "Hey, my son."
And us also.
It was great
to
listen the interview that you had yesterday to that crazy Tren Bonchichero. Really nice and great environment that they create in every interview that they do. So you are at Madrid at this moment, and you are at home.
Yeah.
Because
yes.
In Portugal it's tough, but in Spain it's a bit worse than in Portugal, the situation.
It's not good.
So let's try to forget that we are dealing now with this situation. Let's talk about good things, about positive things. And we want to start, of course, you already made several interviews. A lot of people know your background. So we're gonna try not to go in the same kind of questions, but in a fast way, let us know who is Albir, where are you from, and why you've changed to Spain. So in a really fast way, do a fast resume of what is your background.
I am original from Panama. I came here to Spain to study 19 years ago, and I decided to stay. I was working in Panama in musicals, TV production, Latin jazz, choreographies, etc. And then I came here. First year I was not dancing. Second year of studies, I started to dance hip hop in some classes. And then, you know, I talked this yesterday. I said this yesterday. I was giving the class, and then next class was like salsa. So people, they were like, "Oh, Albir, can you stay to help us? Because normally you need guys, no?" So that's the first way I started to learn like salsa, bachata, and stuff. And then I was learning more. I started to give classes as well, salsa, bachata. And then because of a student in one Latin class, he said, "Oh, in here you give Kizomba." He was from Lisbon. He was a Portuguese guy. And I was like, no, I don't know what's that. And he was like, next class I will bring you music. He brought me music. I just felt in love. Do you know what's the song?
I was asking that. Which one? Mágico? No.
Nah. Ping, 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 ping. I like
Ping,
ping,
ping.
ping.
Oh,
There was some friends in that video.
In the moment, we had a bad timing. We had a bad timing for two reasons. First, Paula didn't have such a big bunda like some people that I know. And second, at that time, YouTube was not so famous like it was some years after. Because that video, for those, just to place and don't become like a private joke, that song, I like it, from ABG and Caixa, was released in 2007. And the video clip was recorded on a club side by side to our club. We create Muxima Bar in Porto in 2006. And in 2007, Caixa and ABG, they went to the club side by side to ours to record the video clip. But our entrance, it had like a big wall of lights, and Caixa fell in love by that. So he asked us permission to record part of the video clip there. And I told, yes, of course, no problem. But we will only be available to do that after the night finish. So what most of people didn't know is that that recording happened at 6 a.m. After the club closed. We were like with the eyes like this. We were not ready. And as we knew already, Kaisha invited us to be part of that video also, to do some dance. When I had my long hair like football player. So just to make part of the understanding of why Albir is talking about that video also. But at that time, it was viral in the way that it was possible,
Yeah.
of course.
No. It was by and I think obviously I liked a lot the song, but I think that image of the lights and you dancing is like the video.
Do you know that who was there also? I don't know if you saw the video clip by entire video clip. Lisa was there on that video
Lisa,
clip.
yeah. It's true. I saw her as well. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
You came to Spain to study. You start
Yeah.
teaching some lessons inside of the hip hop world. You were invited to do some lessons of Latin dances. A Portuguese guy from Lisbon showed you some Kizomba music. You fell in love by the music first without knowing how to dance. So precisely,
Effectively.
I had the same, more or less the same path, because my first song was from Tabanca Jazz, and I didn't know how to dance. So my first Kizomba dancing was like a bad bachata. 1, 2, 3, hip hop, 1, 2, 3, hip hop, and on the outside, understanding more. So, and what was the process till the point that you meet Kizomba, and in somehow you have that call to start teaching Kizomba?
I started the path of bachata. So we were like dancing bachata, and then I met Sara Lopez, and we started to do bachata fusion with hip hop and stuff. And then we were doing bachata choreographies, participating in bachata contests. You know the bachata stars? We participate in that one. Well. Before that, we were dancing, and then starting Kizomba. They asked us for teach Kizomba here in Spain. We started, and then we participate. To make a summary, we participate in Africa Danzar. You know,
I remember.
and yeah, and we won the. Yeah. I know. I know. I remember that. I was backstage. We danced. You know, and I have to tell this experience. I don't know if you know this. We were back there, and Sarah and I, we were like, oh, we have chance, because we were like, we don't know too much about Kizomba still. We need to learn more. What the people they will think about, the choreography, the fusion. Let's do. Then people they were dancing, some couples, and we were like, oh, we have chance. Then last couple, Nuno Najila, chupa, done. We were like, maybe it's not going to work.
And they were just 2 kids at that time.
Yes.
They were really young.
Yeah, but they made the public like just stand up like pa. It was really nice. I remember still the choreography when Najila went up with her legs and hugged. Yeah, it was really nice. So because of that,
Najila was like a little monkey. She only had like long arms and long legs.
And a hair.
yeah, it was really nice, really
You
nice.
got second in that competition.
Yeah, we won second, and Tony Pirata he
Third.
was third with Aureli.
With Aurélie.
Yeah, that's it. And Morenazo also was there.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. So it was like a nice contest. It was really nice. And then after that, we're like, oh, nice. People they started to know us. And then I don't remember if I know it was not the first. Then we were going to participate in we won the semifinals of Bachata Stars here in Madrid. So we were going to the final. And that weekend, they invite us for the first workshops abroad Spain. It was in London. And we were like, no, from all the weekends of the year, they have to be the same one. So we had to decide. And we decided to go to London. and some other people. So I think also that's like a really important decision we took about taking bachata or taking kizomba. So people they maybe I will be dancing bachata, I don't know, instead of kizomba. But because of that, and
Maybe.
then after that, yeah, maybe. Then after that, this video of Sara Lopez of No Me Toca went viral, and that's it. That was the way.
Beautiful. So you then, just to have this curiosity also, you start teaching mainly around workshops, or you started straight to create group lessons of regular lessons there in Madrid?
I was doing regular lessons here in Madrid. I have to say that I was really bad.
All of us, all of us.
Like all of us. Yeah.
But I think was the the passion, the oh, I want to teach this, and we were teaching. I was teaching, but there were no social dances. So at some point, people they were like, we don't want to still learn. It's nice because we cannot dance. So at that point, I started to look for some places to dance. And all the people, they were like, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like many discos, many like bars. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then there was like a big crisis in here. You know the crisis, the economical crisis of those years?
2008.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. There was also something really bad happened in Barcelona. Some securities they kill a young guy
Remember.
outside a discotheque. So the police and the government started to close all the discos that were not with the law.
I remember that.
So
It was that year that Symposio of Salsa in Madrid, it stops because
Yeah,
they were doing in La Riviera, and the security closed La
yeah,
Riviera.
yeah.
exactly. So there were many discos closing here, but there was a little one that has all the papers and everything like in rule. And it was like of like a ballroom, for older people, some salsa as well. And the guy gave me the opportunity to give kizomba classes, and there we started to do like little on Wednesday, little kizomba session mixed with like SBK, and in there started like to be more here in Madrid, because the first one I have to be honest in Madrid was Pablo Vilches. Remember in
Yeah,
Cats,
we went to Cats to
yeah,
perform also.
that was the first time I saw you. Like
Really?
no, yeah, I think that was the first time I saw you, because then after I went to Porto, and then I saw you. I remember I went to that Muxima, but
Yeah.
the first time I saw you was in Cats. You were with this costume like brown and yellow, with the yeah. You were three couples,
Big
I
Three
couple.
think.
couples,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It was
That was
Bruno.
the
Bruno
first
was
time.
with Mafalda still, me and Paula, and Pedro and Luisa.
That's it. Yeah. That's really
Just
nice.
let me do here like some comments, because one of the main objective of this KTT, of course, is to talk about the experience of the people that we interview, but also to try to give some insights for those that want to enter this world in a more professional way. And here you need to understand that it's happened with everybody, even a person that nowadays is so known in the community like Albir, and even in the experience and ourselves, that we have constructed a lot of things and we help a lot to move the Kizomba worldwide. But all of us, we need to go step by step in a ladder, and each one of us, we have our own ladder. And the process, it's similar with everybody, with the amplitude that each one of us have. So when you start teaching with small groups, then the next step is to try to find ways to take your students to dance in order that they can keep integrated and feel like the environment. And at the same time, also, it's the best way of promotion, because when you take your students to dance in a club, there will be people around that will connect to that. And then immediately they will start asking questions. What dance is this? Where can I learn? Where it comes from? So like this, it's a process that go growing step by step. Sometimes the ones that are starting don't have the patience enough to be able to go through this process of step-by-step growing. And others get frustrated, others try to go around to be faster and lose like the foundation of a construction. So here it's a good inspiration for those that are listening to us and want to dedicate their life also to a social dancing like Kizomba. Take your time, okay? Bring the tools that you need, bring some valor to yourself, study a lot, and go with evolution and celebrate each small conquer that you have, okay? So this is just a stop in the middle. Sorry, Albir. So you were saying...
Wait. No, but it's true. It's true. Totally true.
You start having your regular lesson. What were the major difficulties that you had to start creating groups of students that will follow you every week inside of the Kizomba? To create your own methodology, what were your major struggles?
I think at that time it was, the competition, bad competition, because Kizomba was new, and when people they got interested, money moves everyone. So people they were watching money on Kizomba, so they were like, I'm going to give classes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that with Kizomba. So there was like some good competition and not good competition at that moment. It was that. So some people then Kizomba started to split. You know that story, as always. And it was like it was not too much people to get split, but we split. We tried to still be together, but there were some big issues. And it was that one. But I you know me. I try to just walk in my path, and that's it.
But let me know when you start. You open inscriptions to a group of students, and you'll have lesson number 1, lesson number 2, lesson number 3, and so on. How did you prepare yourself to create that summary? Did you organize a program with a structure, or you just arrive to the lesson and you teach a combination for those that were there?
No, first, people in here they like combinations. So I was giving combination, but also I went to Lisbon to try to learn, because in here there was nothing, and there were just 4 videos on YouTube. 4 videos. Now how many videos? The video was you, Tomás Keita, C. Barbosa, Cuenda, and Iris de Brito. It was these 4 videos.
Now you cannot count how many.
No, you cannot count now. No. So I went there to try to learn. I was trying to take classes also, in Barrio Latino. It was Pechu and Elio Santos. They were there. So we were trying to have all the knowledge of them. It was hard at that time, because you have to go, you have to come to prepare, then the basics, then how to do it. Then you knew that when I was coming back, I was like, I did a mistake. I need to explain everything again in this way. But it was good, because the students, they had patience. So we were trying to create at that moment some combinations, but based on the basics we were learning at that moment. Mainly that. Yeah.
Do you think, imagine if you had at that time access to a program like KTT that give you like a program ready to use for the first 16 lessons, what to do in lesson number 1, what to do lesson number 2, number 3, give you also information about the history, information about the musicality, give you guidelines of pedagogic, communication, marketing, how to deal with the students if the students have more difficulties on this, on that. Do you think that a program like this would save you time on your process of finding your own way of moving forward?
Can you repeat the last part, because it cuts and I didn't understand. Sorry.
Yeah. So I was saying that if at that time that you were starting, if you had a program, access to a program like ours of KTT that give you a structure for the first 16 lessons, what to do in each lesson, concepts of history, concepts of musicality, concepts of pedagogy, how to deal with the students, how to create marketing, how to create communication, everything in the same place without traveling to a lot of different places. And this would be like a beginning in order that after you could create your own way. But do you think that this could save you time and including money to be able to get faster to what you have nowadays?
Of course. If you have had that when I was learning, I will be with Afrolatin Connection for sure.
I'm telling you this because usually we already announced more than 500 people attend our training from different parts of the world. And there is a common request, like a common pain. When you have a pain, you want to find a medicine. And most of the ones that attend our training, mainly those that wanted to teach or the ones that were already teaching, is to find a structure, to find something that makes sense and can give some kind of validation of what to start. And in somehow it's like the best tool that they can get. And one of the best compliments that we receive about the training is that despite the style that you want to follow after, if you want to go to fusion, urban keys, create your own style, whatever, these 16 lessons, the first 16 lessons, give that good beginning and give you something to test immediately that is ready to start. And after, of course, you will adapt to your reality, because the reality of Madrid is different from Porto, that will be different from Japan, whatever. So this is what we consider that KTT is. It's like a lever to get there faster. Although you need to do some investment of time and money, the money and time that you will not waste during that process, it will allow you to get there much faster. Do you have any thoughts about this?
Yeah, of course. Of course. If you know, I learned fusion mainly, and every time I tell you this, mainly from you and Cuenda and Elio Santos. Mainly from, I understood more or less what was it. I was doing fusion, blah, blah, blah. But in Kizomba, I understand that because of you four people, no? And, but you know, everything was
Lost.
so yeah. So if I will have this, is exactly what I tried also to say to my students. You need to understand the roots. You need to understand the base. And we know that they have an identity. They have an essence. But if they understand the roots, then they can do what they want, what they feel to do, but with those roots. And that's the good thing. For us, I think our responsibility, this is my opinion, is learning what Kizomba is, because we need to have a respect for the culture, for the history, for everything. Understand that, and then you can apply the other part. But the roots, like you have, because I just know a little bit about your training. I have some students and some people that they took your training, and I have just good comments about your training, and hope that the people they realize that it's not about the style, because all of us we have a different style. It's about the roots. It's about how you start to learn, and then how can you grow by yourself, because you have an identity. And exactly that, I think, because now we have time, I have time, more time. I talk every time about fusion, so I create also mine. So I think it's really important to have like a teacher, to have this for all the teachers, for the people that they want to learn. But KTT for sure. I have just good comments about KTT, about
So
your
good.
KTT.
Let me know something. What are the difference for you to teach in a workshop, in a festival or an event, or to teach a regular lesson that you'll have students attending every week with you?
Before it was different. Now, not too much. I just take a little bit more of time in my classes because I know that they are going to repeat. So I have time to just repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And in the workshops, in festivals, I try. I know that everything is faster, and people they want to learn fast a combination, but I'm not anymore like that. If I have to teach something from the beginning, and I see that they are not, I'm like, we cannot. The class is beginners. If you want, go to another class. The class is intermediate. If you want advanced, go to another class. This class is musicality. We are not going to do steps, so you can go to another class. Because I learned this from Cuenda. He told me one time. If you go to a class, you are teaching a class, and teach what you feel and what the respect that you want to have for your students. Do not do what other people do. But this will cause you maybe a little pain because maybe when you are in the class, you will have 100 students. But at the end of the class, maybe you will have 10 because they don't want that. But those 10 are the ones that you need to start growing on what you feel. And I was like, oh, yeah. And actually it happened. I was like, no more combinations, no more like, and I saw people leaving. And I was like, but it has to be like that. I need to create my personality the way and it works. You need to be entertainer. You need to make laugh people. You need to. That's our job. But at the same time,
and
teaching.
deliver quality of content. Because in
That's
the
it.
middle of all the jokes and being a clown, at the end of the day, what it counts is the quality of the content. And this is a process. I don't know if you felt the same, but for us, it was exactly like this, of trust in ourselves, of confidence, self-confidence. Because there is a period that at the beginning, you start trying to guess what the people want. Pay attention to what I say. Trying to guess what people want. And we are the ones that place in our mind that people want steps, combinations, and crazy stuff. Nobody tell us that. We place that in our own brain because in fact, it's easier to do because you will have instant reaction from the people.
Yeah.
Immediately when you do, the people will react. But
Yeah.
the fact is that with the years, when we start gaining more confidence, when we start being more mature, and we start slowing down the amount of steps and combinations and giving more and more technique and tools that people in fact that can use on social with everybody, not only a choreographic combination that they will learn and do with the person that attend the lesson with them. At the end of the day, we have more people liking this kind of experience than the one that is like fast food. Of course, like you said, we need to be smart. And me and Paula, we spent a period of time that we didn't have this kind of vision of being a little bit more commercial because you need to balance and we need to be open without taboos to talk about this. We need to balance the quality of content, but being commercial because, okay, you have 100 people in the room and then you finish with 10 and that 10 are the ones that should stay because are the ones that want. Good. But now imagine if you arrange ways of improving your communication to get interest, to deliver what you want to deliver, and to get interest instead of 10, 20, 50, or 60, the impact that you will have after because of that option will be much bigger. So here the challenge is to play with the tools that we have. You were saying yesterday on the interview that you hate to deal with social media, with Facebook, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. I think all of us, we hate that. But it's a fact that it's a need and we need to be able to reach people in order that after we can have the opportunity that people gave us their time. That is one of the biggest assets that we have nowadays. The companies worldwide, multinational companies, they pay thousands, millions of dollars to be able to
we
catch the attention of the people. Say,
we we are watching the same marketing courses, eh?
you see? So, but it's interesting that, you know, that I really hope that with this conversation, not only 3 or 4 listen to this kind of lectures. We need to have more people becoming professional, because like that, we all play the same game, and our community will grow wisely and will grow in a way that we all will have space. So what we are sharing here and the ideas that we share, I want to publicly say thank you to you, Albir, because in the quarantine, we talk a little bit and you gave us a help regarding tools to improve your streaming lessons, because you are doing this already for a long time. For example, for us, it was a mistake. Let's call it a mistake, because we should start this before, in order that nowadays we would be better in, let's call it social media communication. And you start that before, and now you are collecting better seeds or better fruits from the seed that you plant. That doesn't mean that we are late to do that. No, we need to run faster, and we need to do more and work more hours in order that we can catch the level that we want to catch. Because it's a pity and it's kind of frustration. And once again, this is inspiration for others, because you believe that you are delivering quality content, but at the end you go to the numbers and you reach few people. We cannot allow ourselves to be frustrated. We need to be able to deliver even better quality, because the 10 that will be there, we call extra 10, and that 20 will call extra 20. And it's a growing that we are starting now. And in comparison with you, you already start that many years ago. So that said, this is just because we like to give insights in this podcast, proper insights that people can use to themselves. And we are in Europe. We have here people that are in Latin America that are struggling with more difficulties of communication with Kizomba, because it's something that their audience don't have any kind of connection. So they need to struggle with that. Like you struggled 10 or 15 years ago to show Kizomba to Spanish people, that they were more connected to bachata, salsa, due to the natural connection historically. So people that are in Asia, Asiatics don't have connection with this kind of music and this kind of connection. So the process, it's the same like we had 20 years ago. And having this knowledge nowadays, when we share, we, you, Pechu, other instructors, a lot of people that are on the market for a long time, the ones that do this kind of investment, attending private lessons with you, going to your streaming lessons, they are just drinking from a bottle that have already a lot of relation to improve the final result. So it's beautiful that we are in the same line of thinking, that we grew. So thank you very much publicly for your help during that quarantine time. In the same way that sometimes you call us asking opinion about this on that, because you know that we have more experience in that field. And this kind of exchange between co-workers, it's the synergies, it's the way that we have to get to a next level, get to a next stage. Although we are competitors as well, but we are in the same way, and if we support each other, we will both grow.
But it's good to be competitors because we take it in a good way. Because if I saw you growing, I'm going like, I want to go like that, so I'm going to work for that. So it's a good competition because it helps us to work more, to study more, to learn more. But sadly, and this all teachers training that we are talking about, the Kizomba teachers training, as you're saying, hope people they will take it in a good way to create the Kizomba personality as a teacher, because they, as you say, it's little by little they need patience. But most of the people they don't, they just want to run before just walking with little steps. But no, I'm of course how do I say this? You every time I don't know if you will feel that I'm saying this because it's Afrolatin. No, it's because I'm really grateful I remember when we were in Africa Danzar, and we were in this. It was in the Lisbon in the theater, in the theater. You remember? And when you went in, there was a room. You were doing the class on the right. It was kind of like a stage, and you were going down, something like that. I took that class, well, one of the classes that I took from you, and I remember that I started to ask, and you stopped and you answer, and you were like, and you give me some advices and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's nice. But it's a process. You were also in that process. You were making Kizomba bigger in Portugal, and you were, for me, one of the ones that work a lot on that. And I'm telling all the people, and I'm again, it's not because of you. Well, yeah, it's because of you, of course. You people, when we were meeting in the festival, I was like, when does these people they sleep? I'm tired, and I'm busy, but these people they go to festival, they go, then they have to prepare the classes, then they go to classes, then they have the training, then they have to DJ, then they have the parties, then the Muxima, and it's too much. Then no. When they sleep, we sleep 6 hours, 5 depends. And I'm like, because it's people they don't see. But can I say something?
Yeah.
Of course.
For all the teachers, for all the people that want to be teachers, you don't have to forget, never wish, what, how's it saying this English? Which are your teachers on, or which people help you to grow. I don't know why some people they say no, I learn by myself, and I'm like, I watch you doing classes with this how you learn with yourself. So I will never be afraid that I was and I'm still a student of Ricardo y Paula Afrolatin Connection. I'm not afraid to say I started taking classes with them. So also I think all the people they want to be a teachers learn, and even I learned from this teacher that he did bad things, but I learned what not to do. Even that, you know.
It's true.
Yeah. But people, I don't know why they don't want. I know. I'm a professional. I don't learn with anyone. And then you learn on YouTube. I got you. So I'm thankful for what you did, for the patience. I also at that time I remember when we had I had this big mistake with you, and then we stopped talking, and you were, yeah, and then we talked and everything was better. It was my I did a mistake, and nice. We needed time to have this reflection and everything, and it was nice. So I'm grateful for the help you gave me, and for every time we are in the festivals, and you are when I have to do the show by myself, and you are like, Albi, you can change this, you can do this. Every time, constantly, you are helping me. Why I should not help some friends as well? It's about we are in the same goal, making Kizomba greater, making the dance greater, making the dancing in general. So of course, hope
This
people.
is the violin moment. Okay, thank you so much. People don't know because we don't appear so much together, but we have really a good relation, almost family. In a certain moment, it was really family. But
Not
Yeah,
now.
yeah. No, no.
it's a long journey. We had some
But
beautiful.
but it was really nice, and I have that memory like for in a positive way in my life. So it's good.
We had shows that we prepared together, like that show that we made
With
before with
Carola.
Carola.
Yeah.
That production, like Confusão, that was a beautiful experience that I will take with me to the end of my life.
Yeah.
It was 1 hour production that we had a cast, crazy cast, Afrolatin Connection. At that time, we were four or five couples.
Four.
Albir and Carola, Cork and Judith, Nun and Vanda, the family of Tango here from Portugal, Gladys, Oscar and Fernando. So it was really a beautiful experience. 1 hour show prepared almost during a week, that we had like that real life of being a professional dancer, rehearsing in the morning, having lunch together, rehearsing in the afternoon. So going to the theater to test the lights, to do the final rehearsal.
With that big stage, amazing.
With a huge stage that you need to run to get to the center.
It was crazy. It was really nice experience.
So
really,
we don't have much time because Instagram just gave us 1 hour. And I want here also to touch a point that is interesting, because I already had not on the light of public, but with a backstage conversation with you and also with Curtis, that are people that are like faces and labels of the different styles inside of the big community of Kizomba. What do you consider inside of your style, that you create a style that is Kizomba Fusion, what you consider that are the basics of Kizomba Fusion?
The basics, my basics of Kizomba Fusion. The basics that I teach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kizomba. Kizomba basics.
So if you teach Kizomba beginners course, a Kizomba Fusion beginners course there in Madrid, that do you split it by number of lessons? Do you have this kind of division on your program?
In the program, yes, but in my classes, no. In my classes, I try to, now is by topics. So when they feel good in that topic and they start doing their evolution.
Okay, so just to clarify here, because it's a different thing. You teach by your own. You don't have nobody teaching under your methodology. It's Albir teaching the lessons and nobody else teaching. So for our situation, as we have a structure that is a dance school that have lessons from kids of 3 years old, ballet, till grown-up people with hip-hop, a lot of everything. And we have a team of instructors that teach under Afrolatin Connection methodology. So the lesson 1 is the same for everybody, lesson 2 the same, lesson 3. So it's a easy way to create organization. And we split our levels in 4 months. In 4 months, it's 16 lessons of 1 hour each. Beginners 1, 4 months, 16 lessons. Beginners 2 plus beginners 3 plus 4. So in 1 year, they complete the course of beginners. And then we have intermediates 1, 2, and 3, 1 more year. Advanced 1, 2, and 3, 1 more year. And then we stop counting and we call it just advanced. And that moment, we start analyzing the students that we have in front of us and organizing the lessons toward the needs that they have. So in your case, I'm interested on that because it's a different structure. You don't have something that you know that you will teach. It's more about topics.
No, yes, it's different in classes, but the methodology now that I have is like that. But I divide it in 3 main parts. My 3 main parts are basics and essential. Then I call them, the second part is open basics. And the third part then is the fusion technique. So in the first part, there are 14 classes. In the second part, there are 14.
1, 4.
Yeah. Second part, we have 12 classes, and the fusion technique, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 classes plus and every single class we have exercise, challenge, history, musicality, like you as well.
So if someone attend your program of teachers, they will receive all the material and like topics, and you give that kind of freedom to the people, compile each lesson what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Here it's a little bit different what we do. Of course, we don't force the people, and we always advise to manage under the majority. If somehow in lesson number 5 the students weren't able to collect the information of lesson number 4, they can repeat, and they will have like postponed of the lessons. I give you this example. We have a group of students that the 16 lessons of the level 1 we need to do it in 32 lessons because the students have like 3 left foot. They were really tough with hearing, with rhythm. And
they
there
didn't
is
practice at all. They didn't dance on social parties.
and there is nothing wrong with that. But this is one of the things that the people like, is that you receive a dossier where lesson number 1 says the warm-up is this one, then you go to face and you have these combinations to do in the random position, then we go to couple position, routine number 1 is this one, routine number 2 is this one, and then we have the improvisation at the end. Lesson number 2, we have the same structure, but changing some concepts of lesson number 1 and repeating also other concepts. And like this, someone that is lost to create a structure of teaching and to go immediately to start teaching in the next day, it's like a big advantage because it's all there. Of course, we cannot guarantee that we are training amazing instructors. What we guarantee is that we give the tools that they can become amazing instructors. Like you said, when I look back 20 years ago, I don't know how my first 6 students, they pay to have lessons with me because I was really bad. But in comparison, there was nobody better than me at that time. I was the first one to teach, so I didn't have a comparison. I have the luck to start with Pechu. It was my first beginning, but there was no background of teaching. I used a little bit of the ideology of teaching salsa, applying that concepts and changing to the Kizomba and giving this structure. But the fact is that 20 years ago, I needed 8 lessons to teach what we teach nowadays in 1 hour of lesson. And this is not because the students are better nowadays. It's because there is this improvement.
The teachers are better now.
Yes. So that's why we also are open, and I would like to know your opinion about that, for new instructors. We consider that everybody deserves their chance and their opportunity. It depends after what you will do with that chance, with that opportunity. I remember somebody that was saying, and we attend the lesson like in a room on the side, and I approached the instructor and I said, look, you are sharing this information that it's not quite correct. And he said, oh, no problem. They know less than me, so they will not notice about that mistake. And this is bad, because we need to be humble enough to understand that we do mistakes. Like you were saying, you travel to Lisbon, you learn something new, and you look, damn, I was doing this not in the proper way. I need to adapt, and I will tell to my students, look, I studied better, and this is okay. And nothing wrong about that. And we need to be open-minded and assume that we don't know everything. So in somehow, the things will improve with the time. What do you think about this?
New teachers.
New teachers, about the new teachers.
Okay, just let's divide. Well, we were talking about that yesterday, actually. Okay, I support and I believe in new teachers. Obviously, there are young people coming with their hunger of dancing, hunger of trying to learn. And that's good. If they learn, if they study, if they are humble, if they respect. But there are others that, nah, they just teach a combination. They don't care about the students. They want to win money, even though they have another job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just about, if they want to, obviously, I believe, I grew like that. We didn't have, when I was young, I didn't have too much, I didn't have money to pay a dance. I couldn't be in ballet. Plus, the society in Panama is really macho bad. So everything was, but you know, if people, they really want to work, as you said before, it's going to be hard. It's not going to take 1 year, neither 2, neither 3. It takes long time to reach to some goals. And you said something really nice. Celebrate each step. You accomplish this, celebrate that. Then go to the next step. and then you reach that, celebrate that. That's it. That was a perfect explanation. Because they want everything. I want a lot of students, and then when they have the students, they don't know what to teach, or they don't have the respect to them.
But there is a natural ignorance on people also that I want to believe that a lot of people do it because they don't know other ways. So that's why the touching more people, creating impact in more people will give like a kind of good influence in order that these people that are blind, they can open the eyes and they can understand that there are other better ways to get even more profit and to get even better results with the students dancing better, bringing more students, earning more money, but because it's something that also we need to clean in our dancing community. Money, it's something that is needed. In the same way that a doctor win money by appointments and by doing surgeries, because he spent years and years investing his time and his money, the dancers also need that, because this is our profession. This is the way that we dedicate our investments of time and money. So we need to release this taboo idea that money is important, because when we earn money, we get better life conditions and we can also create better service conditions to others. So
yes, no,
tell.
yeah. Tell.
Just let me pass my experience of it was in aerobics, but I was not having the how we say, the diploma of education,
physical education,
because they don't have aerobics in the lessons, and I want to learn, and I want just aerobics. And then what I was all the time learning, doing investment in training. Even in Spain, I was in Spain. I was doing all the things that I could, investing my money in a way that I could learn more. And it happened that even some gymnasiums at that time was saying no to me to give lesson there because I didn't have the certificate. And I just say to them, please give me a chance. I will give a free lesson for you, and you will see if you want to work with me or not. And then they accept, of course. But I didn't stop learning at all. Inclusive, I was doing some written and practical exams to certified associations, and I was able to pass. And some people that were in university, they were not able to do it. Now you can see, if you want, you need to invest. You need to try to learn all the time and being better and better, because it's not wrong if you are starting, but you need to keep learning. You need to invest. And it was Kizomba Film asking there that if it was enough to do to see videos today to learn Kizomba. No, it's not enough. And Albir was saying that at that time was 4 videos, because at that time was nothing at all. And even though he was trying, he went to Lisbon to try to learn. Nowadays, we are very lucky because there are lots of things for us to learn. Even you were sharing about the marketing thing, that we are seeing the same things, and we are investing. We pay money to invest. It's online nowadays because it's the only way now, but we invest, we pay money to learn.
Let me know one thing. How much it costs to do an online lesson with you? From what's your webpage?
albirrojas.com.
albirrojas.com. So I'm a student, I go to albirrojas.com. I want to do lessons. I don't know if it is weekly or if it is once a month. What is the period? Weekly?
Weekly, but 1 week there are different topics. So mainly we have, I have...
But in an average, how much it costs?
For 6 classes a month, we charge €39.95.
So my beautiful people, 39 euros to do lessons a month with a top quality Kizomba instructor at your home. So there is no excuse. You just don't go to eat out once and you save that money to be able to invest your training, mainly those that want to teach others. I'm not talking only about the final consumer, the students, because these are the ones that do the investment. So if you want to improve, nowadays there is no excuse with the amount of opportunities to learn online. I teach 4 lessons of Kizomba Man styling, 1 hour each lesson, with a lot of different subjects each time to improve a lot of different techniques. It's 29 euros a month. So you can learn with all the instructors in the world. I saw, for those that like to learn, there is a webpage, I don't know if you know this one, it's a tip for you also, that is called masterclass.com. Masterclass.com, it's like a Netflix of everything. You can learn how to cook with Gordon Ramsay. You can learn how to play chess with Kasparov. You can learn how to do movie making with the best movie makers in the world. 16 euros, 16 euros a month, and you can do lessons with all these people. So nowadays there is no excuse. You just need to choose and go in one direction in order that you can do an immersion and improve. And you have this opportunity to learn from different people and create your own style. So yes, Monday we were talking with Milo, and he says the process that he had was to start, I was copying because it's the best way. I will try to imitate somebody that I connect. After, when I master more or less, I can create my own direction. When somebody starts to create their own direction at the beginning, this is the beginning of a big mess. So start copying somebody that you connect, somebody that you like.
And when he was saying copying, he was investing, of course. He was paying something to learn something for somebody.
Of course. So I think we have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute. So fast message to the audience. First, thank you so much.
Thank you,
friend.
Albir.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Me too.
I have 2
too.
requests for you. One, if you can do a little bit of promotion in a way that from what you know from ourselves, from what you know from our KTT, we are starting next week a free week KTT intensive training, and after we'll open registrations for an online course. From what you know, if you have, like in a small sentence, if somebody would be like undecided to invest in this training, what would be your advice? And then to close, a message to the audience, and do also your promotion where people can find you.
That you have been in time, like from years in Kizomba. I think there is no one better than you to take the classes, to take the Kizomba training. Then after me, I'm the second one. So, and you have, everything is complete, all the information, musicality, history. You learn, you know a lot. You have a lot of knowledge about African culture, everything, even about the food. so for all the people that you have to take, and first they are doing for free, and then you can access to the classes. That's they say. Before we really have this opportunity, so now enjoy this opportunity with KTT and Afrolatin Connection.
And the message to the audience and where people can find you. While you are talking, because I have a lesson starting in 2 minutes, so I will do a script.
Okay, me too, bro. Me too.
Okay.
You can, yeah. Thank you very much for the support, because sometimes it's not. You said, we need to eat. We need money, because it's important, because it brings us food. But also thank you for the support you gave us. For example, Alison is there every time. Alison, mwah, love you, big kiss. Yeah, just to find the like, I like, it gives us strength to go. Nice, strength to continue. So thank you, all of you, for the big support. And you can find me in albirrojas.com or in here, or you can ask me on Instagram or anywhere you want.
Thank you very much, my dear friend.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you for all of you that were here using your time to listen to us. We hope that we could give you some good insights, mainly for those that want to take dancing in a different level, in a more professional level. Don't forget the responsibility that we have in people's life. And I didn't share this with you, Albir. I believe that we, dance instructors, artists, performers, will be the ones that will be healing this world from the craziness that we are passing this time. So we need to construct this army, this big army of world saviors to bring some help to people's minds. And I honestly believe that we're gonna be even more together than before, and all of us professional dancers will improve our skills to help and to create more positive impact on people's life. Muito obrigado, meu amigo.
Thank you.
Mua.
Gracias.
Obrigado a ustedes. Chao, que vaya bien la clase. Chao. Respect.